where we get to talk about this little piece of exercise equipment that we have sold over 380,000 of here at QVC. But this one is new. This one is updated, and this one is exclusive to us. It's called the Cubii Groove, and it's a compact seated elliptical machine. It comes with the mat. In fact, the retail, if purchased separately, value would be $317 because the Cubii on its own would be $299 if you would be able to get it anywhere else. We're already saving you $119 there, but then we're including the mat to keep it nice and secure. That would be another $19. Oh, and then we're going to ship it to you for free. So that saves you another $18. And then we have something called Easy Pay here. So 5 easy payment plans of $35.80. A charge on a credit card today is all you have to do, and then you have 30 days to decide whether you want to keep it or not. We have 3 different colors for you to choose from. This one is the blue, navy, excuse me. In the middle, we have the sand, which is kind of like, you know, a soft white. That's my favorite, because you're going to keep it out, because you need to keep it out because you want to use it. We have about 400 to go around in the sand. And oh no, and then wait, what color is that one? Which one is which? Well, Carrie Whiteman, come on out and you can help me because this has got to be the purple. All right, so I have the purple then. Carrie Whiteman is an amazing ball of energy and fitness. She is a personal trainer and she brings us the Cubii. It is so good to see you.
So
we had a little quick presentation about, was it last week,
yes.
I think?
Yep.
Now we have a whole hour, so we would love to hear from you. If you have the Cubii, if you have any questions, Carrie is here to answer them and help get us moving because physical activity is so important. But first we need to get the colors right. Is this the purple?
That's the purple.
Okay, sorry. It looks navy to me. And this happens to me when we talk about flowers.
Right.
And people are like, it's a beautiful blue. I'm like, no, that is purple. So if you're like me, give me a hands up. So that's the purple. And then the navy over there is more of a, that is more of a blue.
It's
now
a
that I
blue.
look at
It's a
it.
blue.
Okay? So navy, sand, most limited, in the middle that carries on, and then I am on the purple. $35.80. That is a great, really affordable way to just invest in you.
Invest in you, because what you're doing right now, if you're tuning in, which we hope you stay for the whole hour, is either you're using your Cubii, because there's been over 300,000 Cubies here
right?
at QVC from the family that's gone in and said, you know what, I want to feel better, I want to do more with my body, and yes, I sit. So this is a great way for you to actively sit with the Cubii. So you could even just hit your reset button and join us, because that's what Terry and I just did.
Yes, we were like, I was like, how do I reset? And the way you do that is you press
Yes.
the button, hold it down, it resets. I want to let you know what we've done at the end of the show. So please, I hope you're with us throughout the show. But it'll be interesting to see how many steps we get in, because that's what you hear about all the time.
Yep.
How many steps did you get in? How many steps did you get in? And maybe not everybody is or can be out stepping, you know, upright walking.
Exactly. There's many of you that want to exercise but just can't. So this is why Cubii has been really a big help to solve that problem, because we're going to sit and pedal, but the learning curve's easy. So this is really what it comes down to. Here's Lisa, who I worked very closely with, and she sat for hours, Terry, at her desk working and answering calls and doing her desk job. But she then added the Cubii into her routine, 5 days a week, pedaled 40 minutes a day, and she lost 21 pounds in 4 months.
Wow.
And she's just thought, wow, what a way to maximize my time since I'm sitting for so many hours while she's working. The same thing with Jewel.
Right.
Jewel also sits for hours a day. I mean, this is 40 hours a week plus. And Jewel then put her Cubii under her desk, or even at the end of her day. She lost 10 pounds in 10 weeks. And if you saw Jewel now, 5 days she did the Cubii, pedaling 30 minutes a day. If you saw Jewel now, you wouldn't even recognize her in these photos.
Really?
She has stayed with her Cubii. She's done such a great job utilizing it because she has a little bit of restless leg syndrome.
Oh, wow.
So when she said this really helps her, she was so happy, because at the end of her day, she just kind of watches her favorite show and she just uses her Cubii, and then she sails off to her bed and has a nice night's sleep.
Right. Well, that's the thing that they say very often. I mean, you're a personal trainer. I'm sure you say this too. It's like getting some physical exercise actually can perhaps help your sleep. And then we always do say, and we should say right off the bat, this is something that if you haven't, anytime you're going to start a new exercise program, you should definitely talk to your doctor, because it's so individual, it's so personalized, and you want to make sure that your doctor's okay with it.
Absolutely. And another thing is, you are working many different muscles when you're pedaling with the Cubii. And amazingly, I love to say, these are the biggest muscles that you're going to get a big bang for your buck. Like, your metabolism is going to start going rev like an engine, because we are working our legs, we're working our glutes, we're activating our core. So many muscles are working, because this is an elliptical. Yes, it's compact. Yes, it's easy to use. Yes, it's, it's not going to take up a whole room like the big ones do. But you're able to just use this. It has that nice ergonomic design that's going to let your feet just go nice and easy right onto each pedal. And then we're just going to pedal forwards, or we're going to pedal backwards. And that's when you get to really feel the legs working in the back, called your hamstrings.
Right.
And those are your seat muscles. Your seat muscles are the ones that are really just like waiting to get activated. They're like, come on.
Get up and move.
Right, I did my job for you today. You do something for me today.
Yeah.
So now you're able to do it. And by the way, you don't hear a peep.
No.
There's not one thing we have to worry about when you're on the phone talking, whether it's to a client, whether it's to my mom, whether it's to a friend. You can also use this, and it's really clever. Kirsten, she said this, and I was like, you know what, that was a really good point. Use this every single day, whether it's in the morning, first thing, when you're checking your social media.
Yes.
And I really like that.
And then you'll realize how long you spend on social media. But I love that she said that too. Or checking your emails. Or, checking the weather, you check what's happening on the news. That time is going to go by anyway, and otherwise you would just be sitting doing it. Get some physical activity going, because this really, and we have an animation that explains all the different muscle groups that this is working. We'll walk you through that. It's amazing.
Well, here are also some updates to the Cubii with the resistance levels 1 through 10. You have the soft silicone handle that now we can carry, and we'll show you that to you during this presentation. It's compact. You still have the oversized pedals. The display is just like any huge piece of equipment that's going to give you the time, the distance, the calories, and also those strides, which are the equivalent of steps.
So how does that work?
So this is where we always talk about steps. Okay, let's get in, and everyone says 10,000. I have to be honest, it's really hard, and you think I'm a personal trainer, I'm doing that every day. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm helping you, Terry.
Yeah.
I'm helping you all to get your steps. So for me, it really comes down to just every single stride is considered a step.
1, 2,
and
3,
that's
4.
really the turning over of each stride. And that is why you're able to sit and say, okay, yeah, you see it going 1, 2, every single foot pedal, you see it going up. And also I want to mention that this is a flywheel that is the equivalent of these sophisticated bikes that I've taught. I mean, I taught cycling this weekend that you teach on these sophisticated bikes, where they are so smooth. So you're not going to feel, especially because we're in a seated position, and that's what you should be doing with the Cubii, you're not going to feel the jarring on your joints, your hips, your knees, your ankles.
Right.
And by the way, when I cycled the other day, I hadn't taught a cycling class in a little bit. I was kind of like, oh my gosh. I mean, my body was sore the next day.
Right.
And I don't want that feeling. I have to tell you guys, I love feeling a little bit sore from strength training, but when it comes to the cardio, it really is nice. It's called low impact interval training. Low impact interval training helps you burn the calories. It helps you get into your fat burning mode.
Right.
But it also isn't going to wipe you out for the day, because we have to be there for our families.
Yes.
And yourself.
Yeah. Well, here's what's happening. We have 1,800 of these to go around. I'm shocked we even still have any remaining by this time of year, because this was a Today Special Value earlier in the year. Right around the new year, when everybody's like, okay, I have my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna move more. I'm gonna get some exercise in. And you have all of these goals and plans, and then what usually happens? Life gets in the way. It happens to all of us. And so the fact that we have this, not at the $317 that it would be out at retail. You can't even get it out at retail, but our buyers say, well, how much would it be if you could? And we are not even doing that. We are at $180. We're shipping it to you for free. And the easy pay to get it home, it's one payment of $35.80. It's a charge on a credit card now. We send it off to you. And then you get to pay that $35.80 the next 4 months after that, and then it's done and it's paid for. The shipping and handling, you're saving another $18 because we're gonna do that for free. And when this was a Today's Special Value, it was about $9 less than it is right now. So to be able to, this far into the year, almost get to go back and get, you know, at the end of the day of a Today's Special Value, we're like, that's it, price goes up at the end of the day, and it did. But it's not $20, $30, $50 more. It's $9 more than it was a Today's Special Value. So this is a really nice opportunity. However, this is what we have left for the rest of the year. I am on the purple. We have the most of, we have about 1,100 in the purple. In the middle, we have the sand. That's the one we have the least of. That's the one I would choose because I would want it to match everything because you want it to sit out and do, so you do it every day. We have about 350 there. And then we also have the navy. In the navy, we have about 450. So take advantage of that free shipping and handling, take advantage of the sale price, and try it out. Because if you don't love it, you have 30 days you can return it with no restocking fee. Edna is giving us a call from Washington. Edna, thank you so much for calling. We love to hear from you and your experience. Welcome in. This is Carrie, and I'm Terry.
Well, hi. I'm a brand new buyer of this, and I've been watching it for a long time on TV, but I always thought it was a little bit too much. And I have to have knee surgery on this coming Monday, and so I got it in the mail today.
Oh.
And I did 800 revolutions, and it doesn't hurt my knees, so I think it's going to be wonderful for me.
Oh, that's fantastic, Edna. I'm so happy for you.
Edna,
It's wonderful.
I wanted to mention, I have a dear friend who just had knee surgery. My mother had knee surgery, and with clearance from their physician, they were able to come really quickly into using their Cubii, and with their physical therapist, they were able to bounce back. And I was so happy to hear that. This is a friend of mine from my water aquatics class that I teach, and she's so excited to kind of just get back into life because she feels so good about just going through the procedure and then coming back. But this was a really big help. So I am just so excited for you that you took that step prior to going through knee surgery.
Well, that's wonderful to hear because I've been almost not wanting to do it, and it's coming up this Monday. And, of course, I had to catch a cold at church last Sunday, so I'm not sure they'll postpone it. But anyway, thank you, girls, so much for what you do, and QVC is just the best.
It's
Get all the good stuff.
Yes.
That's great, Edna. Thank you. And I'm really
Oh, you're very welcome. Honey, I'm 85, and I've always rode my stationary bicycle. Now I can't ride it.
Yeah.
So now I can ride this, and I'm going to do it.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. What a beautiful story and testimonial, because it's true. There are times when we aren't able to get up and ride a stationary bike or a regular bike anymore. And some people can't get up and walk, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You can still get moving in a completely different way, but you're still moving and getting that physical activity.
And
Yes.
Edna, my father, who just had his 90th birthday party, 90th birthday, but we had the party, and you know what was sitting out all around the area? Was his Cubii. We just, you know, it's so compact, you don't have to worry about it. You just keep it there. And matter of fact, the friends who come over, they're like, oh, they all know, a few of them got Cubies. Before you know it, the whole community will have it.
Yeah.
But they all just always love to just start because it's just simple movement, isn't it? Just simple movement.
Yeah.
It was. I was amazed at how smooth it went right away.
And it's easy. So there's a little bit of assembly required, right? How did you do with the
my
assembly?
husband got it down there. He's good at doing that. So it's
Okay.
up and in the living room.
Yep.
So easy. Of
But
two
thank
screws.
you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Have
Edna,
a good rest of your day, honey.
God
Yes.
bless you. I will say a prayer for you, and I do mean that for your surgery
Thank you.
coming up.
Well, I need all those I can get because I'm a chicken.
I know. I just had surgery in January, and I remember I was in shock, I think, that it was happening. I wasn't in reality at all. And then that morning, all of a sudden, or really the day before, I was like, I'm having surgery tomorrow. And I was so scared that morning. And then it was over, and it was just like, oh, it's done? And I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
So you will be too.
I'm sure I will, and thank you so much for the encouragement.
Thank you so
girls
much
have a
for
good
calling.
afternoon, honey.
You too.
You bet.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
I love it.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm thinking about my mom. I told her about the QB too because we used to always work out together. And I mean, when we were younger, it was like,